Morning, folks. How are we all today? Hope you're all well. I'll just get Facebook on board. Anyway, good morning, folks. Morning, Barbara. Morning, Larry. Morning, Gillian. Morning, Graham. Morning, Mad Monk. Morning, Ackies. Sorry about this, folks. There's a rigmarole every bloody morning. Well, apparently, I've just been notified I'm live. Isn't that good? Hi, Peter. Hi, DJ Marcy Moo. Last Braveheart. Margaret. Ian. In a couple of minutes to get Facebookers on board, and then we'll get cracked on with this, okay? Anyway, the general outline of the news is the day tub thumping and single sex spaces, I suppose. Gender wars or whatever the fuck they're calling them a day. Anyway, it's Sunday Truck Davy on the 4th of the 3rd, 2025. Oh, seemed we dropped off for a wee second there, and we're in our office. Let's hope that doesn't carry on. Here in North Lanarkshire, in Salisbury, where it is overcast, warm, 9 degrees. Okay, that's what the weather's like here in Salisbury. You want to know what the weather's like where you are? Look out your own bloody windy. Right, first up this morning we got the Scotsman. We'll put it up. No, he says he'll put it up. I guess he won't. It doesn't seem to be there. Anyway, I'll tell you where it's got. Trump hits out at Europe over US-Ukraine backstop. It would appear that Trump doesn't want to guarantee the peace in Europe. So much for his business acumen and war being bad for business, according to him. Well, for him, stopping war would be good business. After all, he's in construction. Right, the Rancid has. Trump slates Europe's peace plan. Main headline, war of words. Starman and co say America vital to end Ukraine conflict. But raging president rants. What are they thinking? To be honest, I don't think anybody in Europe knows what to think. Trump's aligned himself with Russia, North Korea, China. Well, he's not really doing any of these things at the moment. What he's doing is destabilising the international markets and destabilising international security. Interesting business tactics, as we keep hearing from the MAGA, make America great again. It's a bit of reform in Farage, isn't it? Make GB great again. Very reminiscent of Tony Blair. Anyway, what was that one? Make GB cool again. I remember that one. Moving on, the Sun has the death of ex-miner turned artist Jack Vetriano, who died sadly aged 73. Art is loved by people but loathed by critics. Main headline at the bottom of the page. People's painter. Well, I quite liked his work actually. Right, the Daily Fail has Trump, I won't put up with Zelensky for much longer. Fresh salvo at president, who is considering cutting off aid to Ukraine. Oh, very interesting. It's also very reminiscent of the Cold War. Right, the Herald, where we go, we'll put it up. The Herald has, this is the culture wars part, public bodies risk costly lawsuits over self-ID policies, experts warn. Well, maybe they're going to have to re-examine the law and update their policies. But I thought the whole point of the self-ID thing was to get a recognition certificate faster. This is all very confusing, this stuff. And if public bodies are risking costly lawsuits over self-ID policies, surely private companies will be facing the same risks. Right, let's move on. As you can see, I'm not impressed today, folks. Not impressed in the slightest. The Express has, I'll put it up. I like a good loony rag. And this one qualifies. UK must lead from front to stop Russian menace. PM Starmer warns future of Ukraine is vital for our national security. Should have been thinking about that over the last 20 years, eh? Well, they've gutted the military, cut all the public budgets, but especially the military. 300 aeroplanes, 22 or 23 functioning ships, 2 functioning submarines, and only 76,000 soldiers, all using 30-year-old equipment, according to what we're being told. When the Americans had a look at the UK military, must lead from front. I guess conscription's on its way, folks. Because right now, as we know, David and I covered this in one of Two Davies programmes. We covered the American Strategic Defence Review of UK forces, and they said they could have a battle group in the field. And the Express wants us to lead for the front. Maybe stop putting money into weapons and start putting money back into diplomacy. Right, the eye has. Let's have a look. UK hunts new allies to keep Putin at bay. As Trump launches another broadside, UK approaches Middle East countries to join peacekeeping mission. Before you can join a peacekeeping mission, you must have peace, an agreement, a treaty. Nonsense. Starmer seems to think this is working for him. So apparently he's off spending more taxpayer money that apparently we don't have enough of on junkets into the Middle East, where he's not that popular at the moment because of his backing of Israel. It would appear that Starmer likes this tub thumping stuff. Which is pretty terrifying considering we all know the truth. We all have search engines. So we can all find out our state of readiness for anything, even if it's defending these islands. And the answer is, we ain't ready. Send any troops to Ukraine. There'll be nobody here to guard us. What are they going to do? Convene a dad's army? Right, the Times has. I'll put it up. Well, tub thumping. Trump lambasts Europe for showing weakness. Showing weakness. A think the weakness being shown is coming from the White House, the Oval Office. Trump's acting like a gangster, an extortionist, and Putin's laughing. And I mean laughing as Europe scrambles in fear. Europe should be big enough to stand on its own 2 feet. There's 500 million members in the EU. There's only 180 million Russians. As for the nuclear threat, I don't think the oligarchs will let them bomb the places that they need to target. Right, the Telegraph has odds on its mare of the dogs of war shit. So let's put it up if I've got it. Nah, don't have it. So I'll tell you what the Telegraph says. Trump to Zelensky, your time's almost up. It would appear Trump would prefer a more pro-Russian president in Ukraine. Right, the National has. Let's stick that up. Starmer urged to come clean over US spy tech firm meeting. Company is client of Mandelson. Mandelson's lobbying business, and he joined the PM on visit. So I wonder what Starmer's want to buy for a US spy tech firm and what its use would be. But if you want spy tech, they tell me the Israelis are pretty good at it, and Starmer's got pals there apparently. Right, Israel accused of war crimes over Gaza aid blockade. As David and I said yesterday afternoon, as we were running out of time, on Sunday, well, Europe was trying to put together a coalition of the willing. Israel cut off all humanitarian aid to Gaza again. And all the people that moved back up into the north of Gaza, I've got a funny feeling they're in for a really bad time. Really bad time. Apparently Coca-Cola has been axed from a film theatre after a boycott, divest protest. An anti-Trump rally to be held outside US consulate. That'll be the one in Edinburgh. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now, how serious is this, folks? I'd say it's pretty serious. America walking away from its position of defender of the free world, walking away from NATO as Elon Musk is insisting they do, or suggesting that they do. NATO 40 bits because they didn't want to honour the Article 5 of the NATO Pact, where it says if a member is threatened, they would all come and stand up for them. Well, Denmark's a member. Trump threatened Greenland. Canada's a member. Trump threatened Canada. Where was the pact telling him to behave himself then? Where was the united condemnation from NATO? Now, this is pretty serious. But is the answer to turn ourselves into a vast military-industrial complex and to live in the paranoid world of fear? Is that really the answer? Is that the answer? What happened to the art of diplomacy? Where's the milk of human kindness when it's needed? These last few years have been horrendous. And where have been all the voices of reason amongst the people that we bloody well elect? And then, of course, we've got the copycat move here in the UK to the American stopping international aid. People are dying. And it would appear the people, the monsters that we have elected, don't give a fuck. And I'll tell you something, folks. We really need to take a long, hard look at who we elect. Because if they can turn a blind eye to the bombs dropping on the children of Gaza, if they can turn off international aid without giving a fuck who it's killing, they can do it to you. They can do it to me. We need to have a long, hard look at the system of governance, and we need to take an even longer, harder look at the people we're electing and who's sponsoring them to be elected. Aye, it's scary. But we do have the power to prevent it. The people hold the power, whether it be in Russia, whether it be in Scotland, whether it be in the wider UK, whether it be in the US. In fact, recently, when it comes to the people of America, I've been very impressed with the protests and screaming at their leaders, this is how democracy works. You don't do what we want, or you do something we don't like, we take to the streets and we tell you. That scares them the most. That's why they're taking away that right in England. So it is. Right, the Metro has TikTok child sex probe. I thought TikTok was a video platform. I haven't even owned my TikTok for a wee bit because there's nothing worth talking about. But apparently TikTok child sex probe. Right, let's round off for a start and see what it is. Go for it, shall we? The Daily Star of Scotland has money for nought while they do all the work. Rise of the robo-lackey. Scumbag chatbots will soon be turned into physical beings who'll do all the work for us while we sit about and do nothing, people. UBI, anybody? I'm sure you're all aware of universal basic income. Well, if our robots are going to put us all to work, we're going to need one. Otherwise, we're going to starve. But of course, we're all going to own nothing and be happy, apparently. Ah, you did. Lovely to see you there. Yeah, Skynet. Well done, Regan. Nice to see you there. So, we can all hear the drums. We can all hear the tubs being thumped. And the world is a less secure place today than what it was yesterday. But it's never been that fucking safe anyway. But the best of us will rise above this. And it will come to an end. People like Trump and Putin and Starmer and Netanyahu and all the other fuckers that are complicit in the war crimes in Gaza and the war crimes in Ukraine and Russia and in conflicts anywhere else in the world, they will eventually be held to account. Whether it be in the annals of history or whether it be in an international court, That's a different matter. What we will say about Tony Blair is when we read the history books, there'll be no doubt that he was a war criminal that got away with it. But he won't get away with it in the eyes of history. The legacy has been written. It's been written by people like you and me. When we put this stuff out there on social media, or an alternative media, as YouTube is, their names will be scribed beside other monsters of the past. Try not to be too down about what's going on in the world at the moment, folks, to say the best of us will rise above it. The best of us will bring an end to it. We just have to reach out to each other. We look after each other. There could be dark times ahead. Depends on which direction the idiots that we have elected go in. See you all tomorrow, same time, same place, and we'll have a look and see what's going on tomorrow morning.